Men on Melrose listeners, we had an action-packed week. Also, Coop, I think I speak for both of us. We want to give a shout out to all the people who are listening right now because it put up numbers that we did not expect.
Absolutely, absolutely. Gotta love the Iowa fans. The best in the nation.
It's insane. Like, you don't expect all these listeners from, like West Coast, East Coast. Like, Nevada was one of the top states. It's like, wow, Hawkeye fans are everywhere. I think the thing that stood out was like the countries where people were listening. I mean, Ukraine was even on there. We like we know like there's a lot of stuff going on in Ukraine, but if we can bring some laughter, some Hawkeye insight to you, we're all about
Exactly, exactly. It's great, great stuff to hear.
Maybe we'll be the peace podcast one day,
Yeah, seriously, you never know. Hey, we're here for it. We're positive vibes only. That's what we bring.
That's right. Positive vibes only.
We're bringing positive energy to a world that's way too negative right now.
That's right, and that's what we're here for. We started the podcast. I mean, we see social media. There's a lot of good going on in this Hawkeye locker room, and we want to bring light to that because one, we think we're playing well, and we're going to get into Big Ten West odds. I think the Hawks are going back to Indy.
Oh, come on. You know we are.
It's too easy. Who do you want to give a shout out to? I see that shirt you got on there. I know you're.
Oh,
itching to
yeah.
give
Oh, absolutely. Please. Pete and Kim, the greatest people of all time. Gray's in downtown. They just moved locations. Now they are next to, they're kind of around the corner from Encounter Cafe. If you're at Estella's, you come out the door, you take a right, you walk down past the light. They're on your right. You get a chance, stop in there. It's a great place, great people, and even better food. Chicken lips. I'm wearing a Lips Rule shirt. They got the chicken lips. My boy Mark Kallenberger used to play for the Hawks. My old roommate, he's officially the head of the pizza division, and Grace has got some unbelievable pizza. And I might say, Portnoy, you might need to come down here and check it out because it might be up there with the old East or New Haven, East Haven, wherever it is. I think Iowa City might be the new pizza capital with Mark Kallenberg at the helm. So shout out Grace. Oh, wrong one. Just some Pete and Cam. They've always been great for us. They've always just been the best. They're always catering for the Hawkeyes, and they've been one of our favorite caterers. And the best thing about them is they always get to know every single person's name on the team, and they make it a point. If they saw you in public, they'd say what's up. And it's just great people. It's a family environment and great food. So everyone in Iowa City, if you haven't yet, go to Gray's, get their food. If you have, go back, get some more. Keep supporting the locals. Gotta love it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a great shout out. Go check out Gray's. That's a free ad right there.
Absolutely.
So Mark Kallenberg is chefing it up. Go check it out. Gray's, downtown Iowa City. Free ad. You're welcome. Thank us later. So we're gonna get into it. It was an action-packed weekend. Coop, one of your first weekends gambling, and we had the Kentucky Derby. It wasn't great. No. It wasn't great for either of us.
No, not fun. It's one of those things where you have no idea what to bet on, but it's a huge betting event, and it's like you can't not bet on it. Especially now, it's like I'm not gonna watch it if I'm not betting on it, and I bet on it and still didn't watch it. And if Forrester would have told me who the underdog was, which he didn't, I may have threw some money on it and may have won some big bucks. But I ended up choosing what was our one? Taiba.
Yeah, we took Taiba.
Taiba in the four slot.
Epicenter.
And then I took. Yeah, that wasn't me. What'd you take? You took Taiba, Epicenter, and who?
Or is that it? Taiba, Epicenter, and Messier.
Yeah, and I freaking took. I took Taiba because of Forrester. He told me to take it, and then I was trying to find a cool name. They had great odds, and
odds for being up. Who was your other one? Like the
Summer is Tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's a semi decent cool name? So I'm like, I like that.
That's a
It's
great name.
positive.
Good
Summer's
vibes.
tomorrow, great vibes.
That's
It's
right.
positive
We're
vibes, baby. Oh.
good vibes podcast. Next thing you know, summer's tomorrow. Click the bet.
Hey, GVO, baby. Good vibes only.
That's what I'm talking about. But the crazy thing was Rich Strike wins 80-1 odds, gets penciled in 30 minutes before. I swear, I want the accurate report of the drug test after, because there's no way they didn't just spike him up with either a turbo booster or like
it was crazy. It's like you're in Mario Kart and you hit one of those cubes and it gives you the booster in the back. The video of that is
you turn into the bullet.
Unbelievable. He did. He's knocking people out of the way. Dude, it was literally
he goes from 7th to 1st in like 2 seconds.
It's unbelievable. And if they don't make a movie out of that, shame on you, Hollywood, because it's going to be, what was it? What's the one? Secretariat?
Yeah, Secretariat.
Secretariat's, sick, but
that's
you can't make a movie on
Century and Horses.
You can't make a movie on that. Something's wrong, because it was crazy.
It's funny because they show the owner of the horse, and you're like, this girl probably just bought it because she thought it was cool, and then was like, wait, it's actually really fast. Like, it ended up being a 30K horse, and it's like most of these horses are like millions of dollars. So like to buy it for 30K and be like, oh yeah, I could win the Kentucky Derby, or at least be an alternative there. Like that was actually unfair. I want my money back, but
Wait, who was it? Who's the owner? What was her name?
No idea.
Dude,
Taiba was Bob Baffert, but I mean, Bob Baffert was suspended, and that's why I was like, let's.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I think, dude, the owner of that horse, we need to get her on the pod, because she is Queen GVO. Good vibes only. She knew what she was doing. She figured it out. Won the Kentucky Derby with 80-1 odds. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Incredible.
Yeah. And I was also,
next thing we got
before we get into the next thing, I almost threw some money on the Memphis Grizzlies to cover the +7. Thank God I did not, because that could have been a horrible weekend. Yeah, not great. Not great at all. But
Nope. Ja Morant still thinks he is owed something from all those injuries, and his might have been the only clean play injury there. But that's another thing. We got some Twitter beef going. Next thing we got is Linderbaum being a safety now. He gets drafted, and all of a sudden he's a safety. This comes from a report. Jeff Zerbiak tweeted, Ravens first round safety, and then a direct quote from Lindy.
What's hilarious is like
survive.
Honestly, yes, I do, because he must have been watching film from the Wisconsin game when T. Goody was had that breakaway touchdown in the snow, and Lindy literally chased him down. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of safeties do that in a while, and they might need to move him there. But hey, we got another Hawk, Geno, for the Ravens. Imagine having Geno Stone and Tyler Linderbaum as your two safeties. I mean, come on. Just a dynamic duo coming downhill on you. Crazy.
That's something we probably should ask Moss, is how would he fit in the secondary? But
yeah, he might be behind Lindy if that's the case.
It's so true. If he thought you were scared of Seth Benson coming down in the middle, wait till Lindy's safety. You probably practice. You probably would have never run a route.
Yeah, I probably would have quit.
But I mean, yeah. So I guess the Ravens got a two-way player now. That's awesome. Shout out Lindy for being fast enough to be mistaken for a safety. Next thing we got up. Big Ten West odds. Vegas yet again makes another mistake. So just for the listeners, I'm going to list it out. Number 1, we have Wisco at +185. Number 2, we got Nebraska at +250. 3, Purdue +370. Iowa +550. 5, we have Minnesota at +900. And 6, we have Illinois, which do they matter? Maybe, but they are +3,300. Now, I've always been a gambler, so this is something that's cool to me because last year Vegas made the same mistake. They think Scott Frost is coming in. He was great with UCF. He'll do it 1 year with Nebraska. It doesn't happen. They don't learn their lesson. And the coolest thing is they always put Wisconsin at 1, Nebraska at 2, and then they add a filler, which is usually Minnesota. I was kind of surprised it wasn't this year. And now they're using Purdue, which is fair. You know, Aiden O'Connell's coming back, Heisman candidate. I was at 4. What do we think for the listeners, Coop? Are we giving free financial advice?
I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do, but with that kind of situation, it's pretty obvious. You know, the whole Nebraska's fun to play at, great fans. My boy Oliver Martin's playing for him. He's killing it. Respect. I love him to death. But number 2, no, especially in our boy Henry, his twin brother plays on Illinois. Mike Marquez, shout out Mike.
Shout out Mike.
They're getting screwed if they're the last place and Nebraska's going number 2. Like, I would love to know who's making the list because it's outrageous. And I get the other positions. They always got them in the middle of the road, underdogs, and hey, hammer them. Hammer the Hawks, baby.
But as a gambler, I love being in the 4 spot because, like, if I were a Wisconsin fan, I'd be pissed every year because it's like I don't feel comfortable betting on Graham Mertz. I mean, he just lost us a game against Minnesota. Doesn't get us to the game last year. It's like I don't want to bet on them again. Nope. I want to be in the 4 spot. Give us plus 550. I mean, I'm gonna more than pay for my trip to Indy again. Last year I did the same thing. Shout out Graham Mertz for tripping away. I mean, you paid for my trip to Indy. But bad news is I lost it all betting on us to be Michigan. Didn't happen. That's all right.
Hey, that's what this year's for.
That's right. That's what this year's for. You know, minor setback for a major comeback. But I mean, we're the Hawkeyes. Kirk Ferentz, you look at him, you're like, nope, he's not winning this year. Doubt him. Gamblers, unite. Let's throw it. Let's all meet up this year. Let's actually buy the tickets in Indy.
Yes. Let's take over to the bars in Indianapolis. Let's get a live show rolling in Indy. I was born in Indianapolis. That is the city where champions are made, baby. And that's where the Hawkeyes are winning this year. It's just, you know, it's crazy to me. I mean, what was Nebraska's record? Like, they were
the best 9-loss team of all time.
Which
3-9.
I will say
they lost every single game by single digits.
They got good players. It's a bummer. That sucks. Were they like even? Like, I think it was like point differential. It was like they were even with like throughout the year, and which is like the first time that's ever happened where a losing team has had an even point differential. I don't even know.
Not even just like right. They weren't like a 5-7 team; they were 3-9, and just
which
barely
is tough.
Losing.
Differential? Am I saying that right? Differential.
Yeah.
Differential. Yeah, but dude, it's I can't figure it out right now. But no, I mean I get it. Wisconsin's always a powerhouse. Purdue, they've been really well. They played very well against us past 4 or 5 years. And I mean now they got Tyrone, who's a beast. He's my boy. He's good. They got Aiden O'Connell, and I'm sure they got plenty of other dudes that are going to come out of the woodworks. They actually have a Catholic Memorial grad. My boy Ben Cryle. He was a linebacker for us. He's a damn good player. You know, they're good, but I can't agree more with you, Forrester. 4 spot. There's no pressure on you to win anything. Everyone's thinking, oh, they're going to be average, all that. We'll see. When we're freaking cashing out at the bank, when we're in Indy, that's when we know we won, baby.
Put us in the corner and see what happens. We did it last year. We'll do it again.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
I think it's so funny because game by game, and like now that you can be a gambler, especially with Iowa, you'll see.
I know.
Vegas just tosses us a few bones. Like the Indiana game, that was awesome. Penn, like the reason we talk about those games a lot, or I bring them up especially on the pod, is because they were so fun to also like bet on. Like,
Oh
it was
yeah,
just
dude.
it's sad it's taken over a lot of college football, but like, yeah, I'll admit it. I'm a part of that. You know?
Well, yeah, especially like now with the whole NIL deals, it's like college football is becoming the NFL. So like, I don't know, it's just it's weird. It's taken some air out of college football. I still think it's the greatest sport, no matter what level, no matter what. It's the greatest thing in the history of mankind, sport wise, and nothing will be better than college football. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be able to throw some money on it, especially for a team I'm cheering for. Um, it's yeah, I'm pumped. It'll be cool. But
And the
hey,
whole point is just to get back to Indy. Like, I
yeah,
think not only is it like, yeah, we're talking about money gambling right now just because that's fun, but wow, getting back to Indy, like it's about the journey, but also getting there, you're like, all right, this is why I'm such a big fan. It's so much fun. But I mean,
yeah.
you're going to see that this year as a fan. And, we're going to learn a lot from Riley Moss today. Great interview. He is electric. Um, yeah, I mean, just week over week, it gets more fun to be a part of this podcast. Fans, we can't appreciate you enough. Follow us on Instagram at Men on Melrose. Follow us on Twitter at Men on Melrose. We're going to start launching some t-shirts this week. We're going to get you a link before this episode drops. Fans, we can't wait to interact with you. Feel free to DM us. We'll respond to everyone. We can't wait to hear from you. Give us feedback. Tell us what you want to hear. But let's kick it on into Riley Moss. Let's go. Men on Melrose listeners, we have Big Ten Defensive Back of the Year, Riley Moss, with us today. Riley, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me on. I'm ready to talk with the boys.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I mean, you decided to come back for another year, an unprecedented move. Looked like you could have gone. What was it, last weekend? Yeah, last weekend. It looks like you could have gone maybe in that draft. What brought you back?
A lot of things brought me back. I really don't give a fuck about like the money. I could care less, to be honest with you, because I'm not bringing it to the grave. So honestly, I think it was just because I love Iowa football and I love the boys, and I love I love being a college student too. It's not a bad gig in Iowa City. And then there's always the possibility of getting NIL stuff. So I felt like I had no need to go because I also think I could grow a lot more as a football player too. So.
Yeah, I love that energy. Like I saw you've probably gotten that question a lot, especially when you decided to come back. But every time in the media, you'd be like, "I'm taking this to my grave." Like you're a Hawkeye,
Yeah. Like when I'm dead and gone, the fucking money isn't gonna go with me. So I'll have my memories and shit, and I think that's the best part of coming back. As I get I got one more year. We're playing at the shoe. Going through the front door to Ohio State, taking that shit and fucking leaving, beating their ass. So
let's go, baby.
Talking about.
Yeah, we play Michigan. We're getting payback this year in Kinnick. So home court advantage. So I'd be scared to be a Wolverine coming into Kinnick. So yeah, it's gonna be a good year, and I'm excited to see what this team can do. We had a good spring ball, and some of the younger guys are moving along well. So just gotta get the offense rolling and have the defense, hold up their end of the bargain, and hopefully we have a good season. So
that's right. So in the secondary, you guys lose Hankins and Kerner. Are you guys still rolling with the Doughboys?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. We're still rolling with the Doughboys, of course. We're trying to break it down. Doughboys on 2, family on 4. It's it's kind of been branded at Iowa. So it's a cool thing we got rolling. So
that was sweet. That was so sweet last year. I mean, one of the cool things though, going to the first game. I mean, so we were at that game actually. I came back for that, but you have 2 pick sixes against Indiana. Absolutely electric. Right after TG's pick, or what? TG ran it back, and then you had the pick six, or was it vice versa?
I don't remember. Coop, how did that go?
I honestly have no idea.
It might have been T Good. It might have been T Good first.
I think it was T Good. And then same corner. I was in that corner in the end zone. Same corner. Yeah. You just take it right back.
Yeah, that shit was electric. You know, it was electric, during the game, but then, after the game, it was fucking electric. Iowa City was buzzing. You know, that's the first time we had fans in the stadium for a year. So people were
it was
nuts. It was a good time.
After when Riley caught the first one, we're like, oh, dude, this is going to be sweet. And then after he had the second one, we're like, tonight's going to be crazy.
I looked at halftime. I think it was 30-3, and it was like, all right, when are we starting to drink?
Like, they came in ranked like 17 or whatever, 16. And, that definitely didn't go how we thought it was going to, but it was lit. And, like, after the game, I looked at my phone, and it was just, like, madness. Like, I gained like 5,000 followers on Instagram and shit, and I was like, holy, like it was nuts. But that was a fun fucking day, I'll tell you that.
And that was a cool day. I mean, Doughboys came out hot. You guys put a statement on your name because you go 2 pick sixes in that game. Penix comes in as a Heisman candidate. Mm-hmm. And then the next game, you're playing Iowa State, or Penix gets benched that game. And then the next game, you play Iowa State. Hankins has 2 picks.
Yeah.
Purdy gets benched.
Yeah, it was crazy. You see Barstool Iowa, they had that graphic of like the Grim Reaper coming at people's doors, and it was like all their starting quarterbacks getting benched. So
dude,
we had a good little run as a secondary. We were coming for some heads for sure.
Barstool Iowa was on a freaking tear after the first couple games.
Oh yeah,
their posts were legendary.
Oh, it was hilarious.
It was awesome.
Parker was getting some love too. Like, it was a hell of a fucking time.
Yeah, so you go into practice week 3. You guys, or you and Hankins both have 2 picks. You guys got competition going, or is that all like you guys are feeding on each other?
I mean, it was like unsaid, like like we're happy, we're happy for whatever success, but like low key, it was like I want to get more picks than you, like we have that competition. So, I mean, each week we were just like, whatever happens, let's win this game. But, I'm trying to get more picks than you, one of those things. But
yeah, exactly. So when you go into these games, I feel like you're probably one of the bigger shit talkers. How do you get in people's heads?
So what I do on the field is I don't talk shit. So this is some of my mental warfare I've gotten really good at. Is, they see me and I'm a skinny white kid playing corner. You don't see that, first off. And then second off, I'll try and befriend them and compliment them and say, oh, good, get them soft. And they start playing soft. And that's when you fucking attack. It works every time, every single time. So I don't have to shit talk because I'm gonna make them feel good about themselves, and then they're gonna get all soft, and I'm gonna ear hole them, and they're gonna be like, whoa, like what the shit. So it's all mental warfare, you gotta kind of play a game like that way. So that's kind of what I do, yeah.
The best part about it is in practice, it's the complete opposite. They'll talk hella shit.
Oh yeah.
When we fry him, then he's instantly goes soft.
Yeah, okay. I don't know about that. No, that's crazy. Coop had the biggest mouth, but I don't know if he could back it up.
Whoa.
Did Coop name you guys the Doughboys because he would just fry you?
Nah. The receivers had some stupid thing. It was barbecue
fryer,
chicken.
Baby.
It was barbecue chicken.
No, that was not the receivers. That was Tyrone.
Brandon Smith. That was
Tyrone.
Amir?
Oh yeah, I guess it was Amir too.
Yeah,
and B. Smith. They were all saying that.
Yeah. He caught one fade ball on me. Barbecue chicken. It got on the freaking Iowa Hawkeye football video. One of those stupid things. It was dumb.
It was sick, dude.
Like
you were on the Hawkeye football post.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they always blast me. It's stupid.
Yeah, the camera guys are on your ass this year.
Yeah, like what the hell? I talked to Dilly. I'm like, dude, are you coming for my head? Like, what kind of shit is that?
Is there who are you most like? Who do you own absolute rent in? Whose head do you own rent in practice?
This year, it's been different, but last year, You know, Coop was probably, I was probably a little bit in his head. He will never admit it. He'll never, ever. You would never.
Because you weren't. You never, ever were.
No, you know who is in your head, though? Seth Benson, rent-free.
That is, I will say.
Coop's scared to go down the middle.
Yeah, he's scared.
No, it's not even that, dude. Seth one time took my hat and wouldn't give it back. And it's one of those things where it's funny for a little bit. And then, like, he kept it for, like, 2 hours. And it was, like, my favorite hat. I'm like, all right, dude, it's funny, but give it back. He's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, give it back. Like,
Yeah.
I was pissed.
Yeah, it's good for you, though. You need that.
Yeah, I needed that.
Yeah, I don't know if I really was in. I don't know if I had really anyone's like I was in their head. I don't know. I just like try and get better every day. You know what I mean? But like, so it can be fun too. I guess I don't know. Me and Charlie have like this past spring ball. It's been a lot more business. Like me and Charlie will go against each other, just like the iron sharpens iron type of like mentality. So like, it's been a lot more serious this past spring ball, which was good. We definitely got a lot better from each other. So,
dude, that's how it's always been though too. Is like the receivers and the honestly, out of anyone on the team, the receivers and the DBs go at it. Like we talk hella shit.
Yeah.
Like every practice, and it's every time, every play, whether it's one-on-ones, offense, defense, and then like in the games, it's like you're there picking each other up. But like,
yeah,
the shit talking that goes on in practice is insane, and it's usually among the receivers and DBs.
Yeah, it's just natural. Like we're just going against each other the entire season for 6 months. Like, yeah, these dudes are gonna piss you off, especially when we're clamping them. They get all mad and hurt because they're not getting the ball thrown to them. So,
and then when we like 85% of the time go like 8-0 against them in practice and one-on-ones, they start crying and start hitting people after the play. It's just
that hasn't happened since I've been at Iowa. I don't think you guys have ever fucking
sure.
Oh my Lord, you're delusional.
Well, see, that's one of the things. Like, as a fan, you don't get to see that stuff, but like you hear from you guys, oh yeah, I was getting in fights in practice. Like, what's it like in spring ball? You know, end of the week, right before the spring game, I'm sure it gets chippy.
So you can tell there's, especially among coaches too, like the offensive, defensive coaches. There's some beef. You know what I mean? It's like we've been around each other practicing for fucking a month, so like people are ready to kill each other and. I think some of the fights now are kind of soft. Like it's nothing like, Max's freshman year, my freshman year, where dudes were getting fucking killed. Like Josie Jewell ripping Peyton Manziel's head off. And he's a scout team quarterback. You're not supposed to hit the quarterbacks at all, even if you're a scout team quarterback. And Josie Jewell would fucking lay the fucking wood.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, but now it's like, like a little pushing and shoving. And I'm like, if we're going to fight, we're going to fucking, like, we're killing people. But like, they don't know how to fight. The young dudes don't know how to fight. So it's
the young guys are scared to fight.
Yeah, you're taking no prisoners.
I didn't fight at all, so I can't say that. But
yeah, I got to fight one time, and I learned my lesson. It was against one of the Paulson twins.
Dude, I was just gonna say,
fucking O-line came and the DBs wanted to help, so I got blocked.
Dude, the thing with the Paulsons was like they would one person on the offense would get shoved. And literally both of them would be out of the play on the sideline and just come running off the sideline and just deplete the person.
Yeah, they were ready to roll.
It was sick.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Psychopaths, man.
It was great. Good, great dudes, too.
Oh, yeah.
Great dudes.
Was that 2019? Was it 2019 where, like, we got in so many fights Coach Ferentz made us run?
I was just thinking that. That was when we were on the field. We were in Kinnick.
Yeah. It was fall camp, though, right? Night practice.
No, it wasn't. I think it was 2018.
Yeah, 2018 camp.
Because I had a torn ACL at the time because I was watching you guys run it.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. It was like 100 yards.
That was Tyrone and DJ though.
Yeah,
that was when Tyrone, because Tyrone the whole week we were talking like we're in these guys' heads, bro. And then like Tyrone scored on DJ and was in, like literally caught the ball as soon as he caught it. He's in his face talking shit, and Coach Ferentz like, get on the line.
Yeah, we're like,
get on the line.
Yeah, we were running our asses off. We learned our fucking lesson. I'll tell you that.
It was 100-yard sprints too. It was crazy.
Well, all right. So that's another funny thing from a fan perspective is like Kirk. All you see is like this calm guy, really good with the media. Gives the basic answers. What's he like? I mean, we talked about his emotions in the locker room after like big wins, but like, what do you see from him? Like those types of stories. Like, does he ever get wild? Like, does that man get heated?
I mean, I think Coop can. I'm usually on a defensive.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He's never on the defensive field. That's Coach Parker's thing, and we hear stuff from Coach Parker. I'll tell you that. But I haven't really heard Coach Ferentz really. He's kind of like after games, he's a crier. He's a big baby, big teddy bear stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's why we play the game. Is like that's the best part. You look forward to seeing him. Emotional stuff, and we're all going crazy. So yeah, I mean, in terms of chewing ass, I think he usually does it with the O line. He gets on the
yeah. There was some times like when we were in team periods, it wasn't like the only time he'd really like say anything was when we get in fights. He's like, "That's enough. That's enough."
Yeah,
and then like that would happen. But like when the offense was doing like scout work, like if one of the linemen didn't get, Coach Ferentz was on his ass like for like 5 minutes and just like ripping into him. But then like he'd like afterwards he's like teach him it. So he's one of those guys that would like yell, but then like after he'd yell, he'd say why he was yelling, teach him, and then he'd move on. It was pretty simple.
Yeah.
That's why he's the GOAT, though.
Oh, GOAT.
Real.
The GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Absolutely. That's why all those O linemen, they're in the NFL now. They're getting their checks because of him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what's the secret sauce behind Phil Parker? I mean, that guy, year in, year out, doesn't matter the skill level of the recruit. Like they're an NFL talent too.
Yeah. I'd say just his he coaches in a way where you either love it or you hate it. There's no in between. He could care less, and it's good. It took me a year or two to kind of understand what he was trying to do, but it's paid off dividends. His attention to detail, coaching little things that you don't think at the time really matter, they show up in the game. So it's like some things you don't even think about. Why are we doing this? And then you end up in a situation where you end up doing it without even thinking about it. So I think that's why he's been so successful. Is he's just one of those coaches that first off, his schematically his defense is the best in the country in terms of what we run and the stuff that he calls. But like also just in terms of like fundamentals and stuff, he's pretty good at teaching little things and things that you don't think about. Like we have a stiff arm drill. We'll have the DBs will run and they'll stick their hand out in stiff arm, and then you have to knock down the stiff arm and tackle them, like stuff like that. Like you wouldn't even think about doing. So yeah, he's a really smart dude, and he's a yeller, and if you mess up, you'll hear about it for sure. But there's a reason behind it. He's a tough love kind of person, but he loves everyone that he coaches and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, one of the cool. You're probably one of the cooler like developments. I mean, you come in from Ankeny, and you're a walk on. Am I right? You were a walk on at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a blue shirt scholarship. So I had to wait a semester to get my scholarship, but I was blessed because a couple guys ended up leaving that were scholarship guys, so I got mine right away in that fall. So
they called it a blue shirt.
Yeah, it's either blue shirt or gray shirt or something.
I think it was a gray shirt.
Gray shirt.
It had to have been a gray shirt. Yeah. Because that's why I was Central too.
Yeah,
I understand what the hell was going on with it. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, there's like a million shirts apparently.
Yeah, the yellow shirt, every shirt.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of colors. I swear to God.
Every color, yeah. It's insane.
So that recruiting thing. I mean, you're like from Ames country there. Was Iowa State ever on your list, or was Iowa your dream school?
Iowa was always my dream school. Before Ankeny, we lived in Newton, which is about halfway from Iowa City and Des Moines.
Nick Easley, baby.
Yeah, Nick Easley country. Yep, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And we always had season tickets, me and my pops, and that was the dream school 100%. I went to a camp at Iowa State. And after Coach Campbell brought me in and said, "Hey, look, we'd love to have you on our team, but we don't have any more scholarships for you. You can walk on here." And I was like, it's not even worth it to go get beat by Iowa, every year. So I thought, what, I'm going to go to Iowa and win some games and be successful. So I'm glad I made the move, and no shade to Iowa State at all. They've he's really turned that program around from when he got there. So all love to them, but yeah, Iowa was definitely the right fit for me.
So the game, it was the COVID year, so there were no fans really besides friends and family. So if you got a ticket from a player, but in Kinnick, you're an Ankeny kid, and like one of the things that's cool is you get to play with a lot of Iowa players, but in this instance, you got to play against somebody who you played against in high school, Rocky Lombardi, Michigan State. That would have been our junior year. Yeah, our junior year. And it was one of the cooler like things that ESPN had researched. I'm pretty sure they said it on the broadcast where you had picked off Rocky Lombardi in high school
to go to it was a walk-off to go to the state or to go to the dome, to go to the Unidome for the first time in our high school's history, because we just opened 5 years before that, and they were driving and they were in the red zone, and I'll always remember the receiver ran the wrong route. He was supposed to run a comeback or something, and I just read it and picked it off for us to go to the dome. So it was crazy, and then Michigan State, being able to pick them off and score a touchdown was freaking crazy. But one thing I will say is, as much fun as I've had playing against Rocky, he's like stand-up guy, like he is the man, like great dude. After that Michigan State game, we talked for a little bit, and very humble dude, and hella respect to him. Like that shit he's a good ass dude.
Yeah. I was wondering if there would be any bad blood there.
Yeah. Honestly, not really. It's been fun. I mean, that's my job, is to go and pick them off, and I've been blessed to be able to do it in high school and then in college. So.
Did Kerner get to pick that game too? I mean, they played together at Dowling.
I don't know. He was a Valley kid, so Jack was at Dowling, and then Rocky was at Valley. But they played against each other. Like that was the big rivalry. But I don't know if Jack got a pick against Michigan State or not.
That's right, because awesome. Rocky was Dom's quarterback, wasn't
he? Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yep. For those listeners, Dom Daphne, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Shout out Dommy.
Green Bay's finest.
I'm trying to think. So I was a freshman. You were an early enrollee, right? Or no? That's right. You came in. Was it?
I came in summer.
Okay. So, what were we doing? When I first saw you?
You talking about the skinny jeans and shit? Are you talking about the skinny jeans? I'm
talking about the skinny jeans.
Spring ball practice, I think, and I came and visited or some shit.
That's right. Because I remember. So, for you listeners, Riley walked in, and I remember it was me and Nico were chilling because Nico had to host you, right? Host you.
I think Spencer hosted me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Nico, when you walked in, me and Nico were talking, and we're like, "Yeah, dude, that's the guy that Spencer's hosting." And Riley's wearing these skinny jeans that were like halfway up his ankles. Almost to his calf,
tighter than
shit.
Yeah.
His shirt looked like he stole it from a Kid's Gap that was like a size small, and he had this pierced ears and freaking high white Converses. And we're like, oh man, we'll see.
Yeah, you were nervous, dude. You were nervous. I was gonna come and take all your girls, Coop. That's what you were nervous about.
No, I wasn't. I had no girls. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this guy. Yeah, I'm screwed with any girl if this guy comes in.
I'm never gonna live that down either. It's been 5 years and I still hear about it every single freaking day.
You should.
Horrible first impression. Like I'll be honest.
Horrible. But I will say we went to was it Gray's? Outside of Gray's?
Yeah.
Spence and Neat?
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, this guy's actually chill. We're good.
Yeah.
But
he
never changed style either. He actually wore that outfit. I remember I went to Iowa last weekend and he was wearing the exact same jeans. It was a crazy part.
They're not as tight, but
refuses to throw them out.
I actually threw some of Riley's clothes on. I was gonna wear his shorts to go golfing, and I don't know if he took a Snapchat of it, but it was like I don't even know.
Sausage. Dude. It was
Riley's claiming it's a fashion statement.
Yeah,
dude, you could see literally everything, like everything was shown through his freaking shorts. It was wicked.
Oh God, yeah. My mom even tweeted about somehow I got brought up on Twitter about me wearing tight pants or my mom's pants or something. My mom tweeted back and was like, "Yeah, I can't confirm that he's wearing some the bus." I was like, "Wow, that's crazy."
Yeah.
Riley. That was one of the things that we saw in the media this spring. You know, you got the high pants, the crop tops. Now, where'd that inspiration come from?
I think that's just like the DB like kind of style, dude. Like I don't know, you kind of have to be like swaggy out there, otherwise, they're gonna take you deep every time. So, I had to throw a little swag in there. It took time, low key, because I had to like kind of earn my respect. I couldn't just walk out there looking sick and not play like sick. So, yeah, I switched it up a little swag.
That's it. That's like the the white shoes thing where it makes you look faster. It's like
Yeah,
your rolled up pants and the crop top. You know, you intimidate them that way.
exactly. Yeah, mental warfare again. Mental warfare.
That's exactly. Yeah, I mean, so we talked about it a little bit earlier, but like you come to Iowa. I mean, you're playing ball with a lot of guys from your area, like Kerner, Dowling kid, Joe Evans. He went to Ames.
Mhm.
And then like a lot of recruits come in and they're all kind of from your area too. I mean, even Xavier this year, he's a Southeast Polk kid. So at least somewhat near your area. What's it like playing ball with guys, that you heard about growing up, especially in high school, and then like you played against a bunch of them too? What's it like, coming together at Iowa and starting to gel right when they come on campus?
Yeah, it's kind of cool, especially like with guys like Kerner and John Wagner and Joe Evans, because I played against them all in high school. So like we would always like talk shit and stuff in high school, and we were always going against each other. Jack Kerner, his senior year, my junior year in the Dome, they absolutely smoked us. But they also recruited Dowling, so like if you want to pay to win, I'm cool with that. But no, so like there was always like Dowling beef. We'd always give each other shit our freshman year with Johnny Wags and Jack Kerner, about all the private school bullshit in Iowa. But it was cool, especially with like Joe Evans. He played quarterback, so he gave me a couple picks in my high school career too. So I always give him shit for that too. So, but yeah, it's cool to play with those guys now and like have them on your side, because I ended up being best buds with them, but in high school, I wanted to kill them. So, yeah, it's been cool.
Dude, I'm team Dowling all the way.
Yeah,
you would be Catholic, because I went to a Catholic private school too, and recruiting is not talking to be like, hey, like you should come to our school. It's pretty sick.
It's different.
Actually,
it's different Iowa.
Yeah, no, it's like we'll pay for your apartment over here, and you can come play ball.
Yeah, dead ass. No shit.
There's no way, and even if it is, people want to play for the best team in the state, baby.
Because I'm not here. I got respect for myself. You know what I mean? Like
that's how it was. That's how it was in Wisconsin. We ran that state.
Yeah, because
Dowling runs Iowa, baby.
Take shortcuts.
Team Dowling.
That's why. Yeah, no, it doesn't sound good at all.
We don't take shortcuts. We take the best, and we fucking run that shit.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All day. All day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're in Wisconsin too. Wisconsin high school football.
It's so much better than Iowa.
You're full of shit.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's not corn-fed beef like in Iowa. I'll tell you that. We got some fuckers that hit for fun.
Yeah, you do. But we have some dudes who'll run right past you.
No,
it's easy. Come on. For sure. Okay, Illinois. Yeah, Illinois is good. We get it. Illinois got great.
Yeah, I won't even. Illinois
that's out of the question though. It's Iowa versus Wisconsin, not Illinois.
Well, I'm even going Iowa versus Wisconsin. You look at Iowa right now, and you got NFL talent. You can look at Wisconsin. What did they have? A couple of linemen?
No, not okay. Timeout.
You're talking about guys who are going to run.
Dude, we had dudes on our team. No, we had dudes on our team that played D3 ball that would have trashed some kids.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, oh my, now you just lost the argument. You just brought D1 or D3.
No, it was size. It was size. They were big.
Size.
We had the chemistry. What? We just had the freaking brotherhood, and we ran it, and we would have kicked Iowa's ass. Simple as that.
We should pull up that,
and maybe even Illinois.
We should pull up that high school video of you in the weight room, Coop. Your little recruiting segment. We gotta pull that up and put it in here.
We should.
That's the type of fuckers.
Hey, it is, and those type of fuckers ran Wisconsin all day.
All
right. We got 3 different states. Who wins in a race? Hen, Riley, or Coop?
Oh, me.
Wait, 100%. In what?
Henry.
Like, are you talking about high school teams?
No, who wins?
100-yard dash. Riley's fast. Henry.
Yeah,
Iowa. Iowa.
We would have. I think we would have spanked Henry in a race.
Henry's
Henry's fast. Henry's fast. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he is fast.
But the Illinois speed,
What about
Wisconsin, Iowa speed?
I don't know. Well, so Riley Lees was in our conference too. He played at Northwestern. Yeah, he was quick. Yeah, that guy was good.
But hey, quick's different than fast.
That's true. Did you guard him, Riley?
Who's that?
He was Riley Lees. He was Northwestern.
I don't recall. Maybe I have.
He's your punt returner. Number 19.
Yeah, punt returner and receiver.
He wore the best number in college, baby.
Yeah, he's a year older than us. That guy carved up. Well, you know what's crazy is Henry's high school team, like their quarterback was Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They had some dudes.
Yeah,
Weissman went there. Weissman was a Stevenson kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was Weissman, Aiden O'Connell, Justin Smith. He played basketball, but Jay Brunson went there. Yeah, it was sick.
They do have some dudes.
Yeah, that's right.
They know Catholic Memorial, though. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know. I mean, Riley, you went to state. Did you guys win state?
No,
I mean, you beat Dowling though, so that's really what counts.
Yeah, in the regular season we beat them, district champs. Still not state championship, but it's whatever. It's like Spencer saying he won the Northern California state championship, but didn't win the all California state. Same thing, that's why I think California football is nowhere near what Iowa and Midwest football is.
Damn straight.
He's not saying that his high school team's going to beat mine. There's no shot. Just a bunch of prima donna hippie Californians. They're not going to fucking hit you in the mouth like Iowa needs to do.
Giddy up. Yeah.
I mean,
I just want to put it out there.
Pac-12 versus Big Ten.
Yeah.
I mean, it's night and day football.
Pac-12 is
Power 5.
Yeah. Pac-12 is basically your what's the MAC, the fucking MAC. It's like the MAC.
Hey, well, take it easy in the MAC. The MAC doesn't get the credit.
That's what I'm saying. I think the MAC.
The MAC's elite.
Pac-12 team.
Mac's great. Shout out Charlie Jones.
Yes.
Action, baby.
Maction's finest.
Maction, baby. Buffalo. All right. That's a good intro to the next question. So practice, you're going up against QBs every day. We got a QB competition. So obviously, I mean, you're going 6 months without seeing anyone from a different team. You're seeing Alex Spencer and Labus now. So you get to know their instincts a little more. That helps you out when the QB battle's getting rolled out and everything's getting intense. Does that get you up in the morning like you're ready to go? Or how do you approach that too, knowing you're on the other side of the ball? You're going hard every snap.
Yeah, I think the best part is I live with Spencer. He's my roommate. So I always get to hear his shit talk when they have one good practice in 3 months. And they might beat us maybe once in 3 months. So I always hear him talking shit then. But then when I talk shit with him, he hides in his corner and cries. So I try to not talk shit because – we need him to play well, and I don't want him to have a whole mental breakdown because we're beating his ass. So it's a fun competition for sure. And he's don't get me wrong, he's a fucking great quarterback, but it's just fun because he's my buddy and I like to poke the bear a little bit because he's fun to poke. Trust me, he gets. Max knows he gets very, very saucy. So
he's got that fuse.
Yeah, he's fun. He's fun to poke, and it's fun. In terms of getting to know each quarterback, absolutely, you kind of pick up on their tendencies and stuff. Padilla didn't practice very much in the spring, and I wasn't really taking that many reps in spring ball. So I got a few, but Spencer never really hit me on anything crazy, and I don't think I picked him off once, to be honest with you. So it's kind of crazy.
So that's one of the cool things too. Torrey had that quote that was buzzing around Iowa Twitter. He was saying, "Oh, I might have to punt less this year because the offense looks better." Does that attribute to starters not practicing as much, or what have you been seeing in spring ball? What can we look forward to this fall?
So the new analyst we got from Colorado State changed up our entire pass game. He's kind of responsible for pass game, and for a couple of weeks, they were kind of on our ass. They were completing some stuff, and it was impressive to see because at the same time, you're getting beat as a defense, but also you're on the same team, and it's like this is good for us. Like this is, and especially for them, they're going against probably one of the better defenses in the country every single day, and it makes them that much better. So yeah, I attribute that to the analysts, but I also attribute it to like Spencer's leadership has been really good this year, and getting the receivers right, and getting the O line right, and just getting the entire offense where they need to be. So yeah, it's really cool to see the growth that we've made from last year to this year. There's actually a huge difference in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of going to be like a tweak to the offense. We got different linemen coming in. Lindy's gone, a few others, but then the running backs too. What have you seen from like them, and also a young core of receivers too? I know Keegan and Arlen are going to have a bigger impact this year. Going up against them every day, what have you been seeing from them?
Yeah, so O-line's just young, just got to get them more reps and stuff. But they're all capable of doing their jobs, and there's a lot of upside to that unit. So I'm excited to see that. And then in terms of receivers, it'll be cool to see how Keegan and Arlen do this year. Keegan didn't really practice that much in spring ball, but I know AB did, and he's been doing well. He's been taking steps. He's gotten a lot better during spring ball, so that's really cool to see. It's really exciting. And then in terms of like your Nikos and Charlies, they also made some big improvements too. Nico was out with his back for a little bit, but he came back and practiced the last half of spring ball, and you could see a difference in how he was just kind of going about his business, and it's cool to see because it definitely transferred onto the field. He was a lot more impactful, and same with Charlie too. Charlie's been a beast, like I said earlier. In terms of one-on-ones and stuff, we try and go together or try to go against each other every day, and we saw a difference. I got a lot better, and he got a lot better too. So yeah, I'm excited to see how the receivers do, and how the whole pass concepts and stuff look this year compared to last.
Yeah, and so I feel like something that was really cool about last year is like, I mean, we touched on the Doughboys, but you guys have been together a couple of years in a row where like, I think you even said it to one of the reporters last year, was like, you can even look at each other and be like, all right, we know exactly what we're doing. We know where we're going. You guys were fully in sync. You lose two guys from that secondary, and this year you come in, you kind of get a new feel for it, but like, how are you guys getting in sync? How are you guys being able to like really have that chemistry that you guys had last year? Cause I mean, it was firing on all cylinders last year. What are you guys doing to get it on that point this year?
Yeah. I think it's just taking reps and just playing, football together, taking, scrimmage reps together and stuff, and going through some hard shit in practice together. And then, off the field as well, just hanging out and watching film together and seeing what the safety sees compared to what I see, and getting on the same page with some stuff. And like last year, me and Kerner had a pretty good system. I'd kind of do my thing, and then he'd play off me, and vice versa. So in terms of that, we were really in sync. And so now it's just trying to get, Quinn Schulte, he's been taking safety reps where Kerner was at, getting him on the same page. And because, there's a difference between, how it's supposed to look, through the playbook. Your responsibility as a safety is this, corner is this, but sometimes they throw stuff at you where, you have to have your own little way about it. So it's just, through practice and stuff and getting to know each other. So that's been another cool thing to see in spring camp. We definitely have grown as a unit, just understanding how, each of us play.
Yeah. And I mean, like this past year, you guys, I mean, Kirk's in his prime right now. That guy's just a pure stallion, but he recruited maybe one of his best like secondaries coming in, like for sure the most hype. And that's kind of out of the ordinary, because you look at like how like your guys' secondary came in, the highest one I think was Hankins as a 3-star. And you guys might be one of the best secondaries under Kirk. But Well, yeah, I guess last year you guys set the record for most interceptions in a season. So coming off that season, like how are you guys being able to kind of tutor the young guys, be those role models coming in? Because I mean, we know it's hard to start as a freshman under Kirk's system, but I feel like one of the cool things is they learn from the older guys. What are you guys doing to kind of coach them up?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of setting a good example and showing them, how to practice and, how to go about their business on and off the field. Because, Iowa is a different system compared to others, how we go about things. Everyone needs to be wearing, the same stuff and looking the same and everyone needs to be doing everything, doing like the little things correctly and just buying into, the team, someone who's really bought in. He's an early enrollee, say that 5 times. TJ Hall, he's a corner. He's from California and he's really bought in and especially with, watching film and doing things, off the field. Right. So I think he's going to be a really good player. But again, he's just young and, he still has some stuff to learn and stuff, but he's grown immensely, throughout the spring ball process and stuff. So it's just really kind of leading them and showing them by example too, what to do and how to be an Iowa football player.
Dude, that's probably the hardest part about coming in as a freshman. The whole buying in. It's a different story. Like in high school, it's just you can kind of go out there, play.
Mm-hmm.
You get done, you go out to dinner with your parents, like you chill. It's pretty laid back. College is so different with like football and stuff. Like if you're not buying in the moment you get there, you will, or you're out of the door. Like,
it's natural,
pretty quick. Yeah, and like the coach will know it, everyone, your teammates will know it, and those who buy in start gravitating more like towards the field and start getting more reps, and you can kind of see the difference between those who bought in and those who don't, who are just there to experience college. And it's kind of one of those situations and those just one of those situations where you have to figure out if you want to be there to just be a college student. The coaches always be like, yeah, you could be Joe Schmo and go out and party and do all this and that, and you can do whatever you want, or you can buy in and be the reason you're there, a football player, and do everything you can to dedicate your craft and freaking light it up. But there's a lot of kids that fizzle in, fizzle out. And I mean, from my freshman year to senior year, we had more than half the kids either quit or transferred.
Yeah.
And it's wild to see that. Like it's pretty prevalent, those who are going to buy in and those who aren't. And yeah,
that's cool. That's the cool thing about Iowa's system is it's like next man up. It's like I don't care how you came in.
Yeah, it's the best part. That's why walk-ons have such a good tradition there, is because like they could care less if you're 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 star. It's like you're gonna fucking buy in, you're gonna do your job, and if you don't, naturally you're gonna kind of get the boot. So it's cool in that aspect of it's an equal opportunity employer for sure. If you're gonna work hard and buy in, fucking you're gonna play and have a great career and probably end up in the NFL. So it's cool in that way.
And that next man, I'm thinking before you say the next thing, Jack, every Friday, Coach Ferentz used to say that. Like before we'd go to the hotel, like he ended it every single time he'd bring us up. He'd be like, next man in, you got to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what position you are. If you're 3rd string, 4th string, guys can go down and you get be in and ready to know what you're doing. So that's another thing. If you're not dedicated to getting better and you're not watching film and doing the shit you need to do, you will have the opportunity. And it will come. For a lot of guys, it will come. And if you're ready, you'll see if you're ready or not. And if you're not, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
And the next guy's in. So.
Well, it's true. I mean, like even that Penn State game, like Riley, you went down, and it's like, all right, you're in the biggest game of the year, like at home, and what, Roberts came in for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, T-Rob.
Yeah. So he comes in for you, but it's like, you probably don't expect to be called at any moment. And then next thing you know, it's like you're in the biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
Kinnick's rocking and, you got to step up, and you did.
Yeah, he did. He did a great job. Yeah.
You went out on a pick though. So that was
Yeah, it was the
Awesome.
highest of highs, also the lowest of lows. It was fucked. But
Yeah.
We were freaking out. We
Okay,
thought
so we all
something bad
wondered.
happened.
yeah,
Yeah, we all wondered this because it's non-contact. Did you get hurt like as you were picking it, or was it on the celebration?
it was. Yeah, so I get this question a lot, and it was when I picked it off and I fell on my knee. It kind of moved. So there's only really one way of tearing your PCL. It's when you land on your knee, kind of, and it just shifts your PCL. It doesn't touch any other of your ligaments in your knee. A lot of people in car accidents also tear their PCLs because their knee will hit against the dashboard. But it was when I caught the ball and landed on my knee, and I got up, and I think I was just so pumped that I didn't feel it until I was moving around on a little bit after celebrating, and it kind of went down. So.
Yeah, man. Did you have to get surgery at all, or you fully recovered now?
Yeah, I was just just vibe and wait for it to heal up, and I'm ready to go now. It feels good. So
like an ironclad. So all right, so the odds got released, and we're going to talk about this in the pre-show. But
did you
we're
see
taking
the odds for who wins the Big Ten championship? It's crazy.
Oh! Is Nebraska ahead of us?
Big Ten West.
Nebraska's 2. We're 4.
Yep.
Yeah, they're always like that, bro.
Purdue's number 3.
I threw I'm a huge gambler, so I mean I threw enough to cover more than a month's paycheck for Iowa to win the Big Ten West last year. So this year, great odds last year, and we did it. That was easy.
Love it.
That was awesome.
That Minnesota game was probably the coolest thing ever.
Shout out
Minnesota, Wisconsin.
baby.
Yeah. Shout out
to
That's our boy. Yeah.
It's like we have nothing in our hands, and Graham Mertz still can't get it done. But and you know what? What's funny? Vegas still trusts him. They put Wisconsin at number 1, and then Nebraska, which like crazy, they're still buying into the hype. Purdue makes sense. They're 3. Like they're kind of our kryptonite.
Purdue does make sense.
Purdue makes it, and like Aiden's come back. Tyrone goes there. I mean, hopefully Tyrone has a good season, just not one game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not good enough to win the West, but we're right after Purdue and then Minnesota, Illinois. So they're off the PJ Fleck train. Vegas finally learned that, but they can't get off the Scott Frost train.
But how can you stand the Frost train and get off the Fleck train?
It's unreal. That's why I don't even
understand that.
They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. If you have fucking Nebraska ahead of us in the West, like that's delusional.
That's absurd. It's
absurd.
I
love
it's funny though.
Love it.
Because you know they're looking at our schedule and they're like, oh, they have to play Michigan, which is like, how many times has Vegas seen Kinnick at night kick them right in the ass?
Yeah.
Dude, it could be anyone. It could literally be anyone.
Like that Michigan game. Like, I mean, we're coming back for that. We're hoping to have a live show. And then I mean, that would be awesome. Hopefully Airliner will get hopefully before you guys go to the hotel, you guys come over, hop on the mic.
You have to sneak that. Yeah, no, you gotta sneak that. Maybe we'll come to the hotel.
Yeah, sneak in.
We'll interview in the lobby area.
We'll go to the hotel lobby.
Yeah, Coach Ferentz and Coach Parker would love that.
If we can get KF on before the season, we're gonna have to negotiate that with him.
Yeah,
that would be wild. Or Ashton Kutcher.
That's gonna be it's gonna be sweet. But also the other cool thing is we go to the Horseshoe this year, and were you on the team when we beat them that year?
No, but I was at the game.
Dude,
you were out there. Was that a
recruiting? I was on a recruiting visit there.
Hey,
actually,
thinking about it. Come on.
Yeah, he's got the helmet right there.
That is the helmet.
This is the best jerseys we've ever had.
Yeah, it's back when you guys got cool stuff, and then we got there and it was fucked.
Sick. Yeah, you guys brought some bad juju.
I guess.
Well, you guys got the yellow jerseys brought some hype. Those probably sold. Yeah, exactly.
We also got the cut off short sleeve sweatshirts along with those.
Oh god, yeah, that was a weird.
Stanley was wearing a hawk on his wrist for for the promos.
Yeah. Those were sick, actually. Those were sick.
They were cool.
That was
I
cool.
thought-
They bring the hockey.
Dude, no, dude. But my freshman year when they pulled the Ohio State jerseys out, we had a team meeting for it, and they played "Slippery" by Migos.
Hmm.
And when they're showing it was fucking awesome. Like they're like dripping like it's like silver paint on the jerseys. It was so sick. It was awesome. And then
And even
the Holiday ones were cool.
last time we went to the Horseshoe too, that was like such a good. I mean, we almost upset them. So Riley, where's? I mean, give us the toughest place that you probably had to play. Is there something that like stands out?
Honestly, dude, like not really. I mean, Iowa State this past year was pretty loud, but we were able to, kind of get ahead, and then kind of it quieted down. But like going out for warmups and stuff, where their locker room is at for the visitors, you got to walk right by the student section, and all those drunk Iowa State fans were on our ass, but you know how it ended up. So it was a cool experience, but it was definitely hostile for sure. We got off the bus and you're supposed to have security guards and a thing like so we could walk through, and there was not a security guard in sight. You remember that, Coop? And we had to like walk through an entire crowd of fans, our entire fucking football team. Like you're in Summit, the back of Summit type of thing. You're like hella tight.
Yeah. You're looking for your buddy in the jungle.
Helmets and shit, and it was absurd. It's like you're in Summit. Swear to God.
Your boy's lost in the jungle. You're trying to find him.
Yeah.
You're upstairs. You got EDM music going crazy, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, same exact energy.
Yeah, on that note. All right, so we're gonna do a draft. So this week we're gonna do top 3 pregame songs.
I like this. I got my list.
Dude, this is
we're
like
pregaming for the bars.
Time. Yes, you get out of the shower. You're putting your clothes on. You're trying to find the fit. You got your speaker next to you. You're like, all right, what's gonna get me going? Or you go upstairs and everyone's has a drink in hand. And you're like, let's get lit up. And I'm telling you, I know for a fact, Riley's answers and probably my answers too are not going to be what you think are going to be the actual answer.
They're great fucking songs.
But they are the greatest pump up songs of all time.
Yes.
So, okay, as a guest, Riley, you get to go first because you're a guest. But before you go first, okay, me and Forrester were talking about this. You can go first, Forrester, because not first in order. 1 or 2, you're holding 1 or 2 right now. Forrester has to guess which one it is. If he gets it right, he's second. If he doesn't, I'm second.
Okay. I got it right now.
2.
Come on, baby. Give me it. Nice try.
All right. So listeners, the order is going to go Riley, Coop, myself. We're doing a snake draft. 3 picks each. Pregame songs.
Yes.
All right. Am I finished?
With the first
you're
pick
going first.
Our first draft ever. Pre-game songs.
So this is like after spring ball game type energy, like you're getting ready to hit the town.
Yes.
Yeah, like you guys won a huge game.
Okay.
Maybe a Lucan party after spring ball.
Yes.
Like, what are you guys bumping?
You've been waiting to go out, and it's like, this is it. What's my first song that's going to get me in the mood to just run it up?
Easy money. I'm going Kickstart My Heart, Motley motherfucking Crue. The greatest pop-up song in the world ever.
It is a great song.
Oh, yeah.
We used to rip that song.
I know. Song. That was our song.
It was a complete vibe changer, too. We'd be chilling, drinking, and all of a sudden, everyone kept on tables going nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's best. That's good. I like that. That ain't bad.
Yeah, I feel like so Back in Black is completely that is Back in Black is completely out of the question because that's just pandering to the crowd. You can't say that. You can't say that.
No. I love Back in Black, but it's not going to be in my pregame music. I will say that.
Yeah, it's just pandering. It's pandering.
See, like I'm a huge. I can go with any music. I'm vibing. I can vibe to rap. I can vibe to freaking pop. I'm a huge. When it comes to getting lit up for a night out, I'm more of like a 2010s to like 2018 pop guy. So
he loves it.
if we're talking that kind of music, which is my kind of music,
He'll put on some hard
You
rap.
gotta be
hard. I will put on some hard
It'd
rap.
be like Miley Cyrus or something. You're like, Coop, what are you doing, bro? You just got us ready to like have a gunfight, and now we're gonna play dance.
You got
it. Yeah,
you have to be rock and throw.
You have to have a huge variety of music, or it's just not fun.
Yeah.
So, with my first pick overall, and Riley probably knows this. He might know this is coming. He might not. But we're talking. It's a Friday night. We're getting ready to run it. We got Friday, Saturday. We're trying to figure out if we're doing 2 days in a row.
Which usually ends up being 2 days in a row.
It usually does. You wake up on Friday, you're like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sucks. And then all of a sudden you hit Saturday, you're like, let's run it.
Yeah.
But to start that hype for a 2-day bender, I'm going with last Friday night, Katy Perry, man.
Goated.
It's just,
Goated.
it's TGIF. And shout out Johnny Pleva. Every Friday, me, Riley, and Johnny would text each other, TGIF as soon as practice is over.
Let's run it.
Every time, let's run it.
Yep.
I'd get in my car, it'd be freaking, it could either be 35 degrees or it was 65 degrees. Windows down. I'm blaring Katy Perry all day, baby.
Cool. I thought you were going to say that SoundCloud song.
Oh, Automatic.
Automatic.
Automatic times 11.
Song.
Forrester loves that song too.
Yeah.
That is I forgot about that.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that one.
That's a great song. Damn it.
Catholic all girls schools. Automatic.
Still is. It's just a hell of a remix. All right, Forrester. You got two, right? Just Snake?
Yo, boy.
Oh,
yeah, I guess
shit.
I do.
I forgot about that.
That is no good. All right. Well, number one, I feel all right. You're kicking off the weekend. You got to start out with a little doses and mimosas.
Yeah,
I like that.
Everyone in there knows the song. You're
Yes.
having fun. Yeah, people are starting to sing along. They're catching their first buzz of the week.
People are loosening
Maybe
up.
it's a Thursday night in college.
For any of you listeners who didn't know, Forrester wasn't a frat. So if you can't tell by his first song choice, now you know. He's a doses and mimosas guy.
Cool, but if we didn't play football, we'd be in a frat too. So I don't know if I'd throw.
No, I refuse. I'm not throwing shit at the frat. I respect that. That's a great song. I respect it. But I would have not been in a frat.
We adopted you guys. By the end of it,
you fucking would 100%. I would too. I won't even deny it.
We all would have been. We would have started on frat.
Yes.
It's like a old school.
You would have started it. No,
Yeah.
100%.
100%. All right, so I mean, this might be a little bit of pandering, but I mean, in the fall, this one's a go-to just because like you get pretty hyped for football season. Like this is a fall pregame song. You come in and you rock Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
But you go drinking game with Thunderstruck.
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Every single time it says Thunder, that's when the next person goes.
Yes.
Like that. That's a go-to.
It's a classic. I mean, it's
Yeah.
It's an older song and it's still banging. Like it's goated.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna switch the vibe. Shit. I mean, honestly, I could go 3 pop. I could go 3 rap. I might even go 3 country. You never know. Maybe 3 alternative. But second song, I hear this song. I'm up on a table dancing every time. It's just a go-to. It's my shiz. It's Going Down by Young Jack. It's my favorite song. It's one of my favorite songs. It's one of my favorite songs. And if we're talking like dance party, I'm ripping that every time. Every single time. There's a video of me. I can't find that video. But I was like a sophomore in college. And I was on the table at Dom Daphne's house. And I was freaking ripping it, dude. Every time. It's just a great song. Automatic still is. It's just a great song.
Still is.
All right. So
All right,
my second pick in the draft. Coop, we share the love of this song. I'm going Pepas. Couldn't tell you who it's by.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, dude. So down in Orlando that's when it was kind of big.
Oh.
For the bull trip. after the game, we were in some little club downtown Orlando, and it was blaring. That was like one of the first times I heard it, and ever since then, like, fell in love. That song is like the best. It's goated. It just brings back like great memories and shit. And me and Coop definitely share a couple of good times listening to that song.
It is every time. Every single time I hear that song, I'm at a bar, I Snapchat, Rally, freaking Ryan, Nico, all those guys.
Boys. Yeah.
Every single time. You have two.
I'm in between two right now, boys.
I know. This is tough to go 3.
Oh God. I really
go 4. Okay, it's going quicker than I thought. We could go 4 if we wanted to.
I'm really fucking with "Party in the USA," Miley Cyrus.
All right.
Guys know Jordan Belfort. Jordan Belfort.
I forgot about that song.
That is a big time throwback.
Yeah, dude. I might go Jordan Belfort, dude. I really fuck with that song. That shit. It brings back a hell of memories, bro. I'm going Jordan Belfort.
Shoot, dude. I did not plan this out well. Because there's so many good songs. Okay. There's a lot of songs personally that mean a lot to me, but not a lot of people would agree with me, and I don't care. But at the same time, it's I gotta appeal to the audience a little bit. But there's a couple songs I don't know. So it's between, I'd say, "Heads Will Roll" is up there.
Great song.
It's just a fundamentally great song. Another great song, "Live Your Life," T.I.
Yes.
Rihanna.
Yes.
And that's the song that Raleigh, we played that we were in a freaking limo in Vegas ripping that song.
Yeah.
That song was
you gotta be rolling throwbacks with that.
Yeah.
You have to be rolling throwbacks. But it's also, I can also throw out "All Night Longer" by Sammy Adams. It's just kind of like an all-time song. And I hate to say it, I probably will have to go "All Night Longer."
Yes.
No one's had a bad time on "All Night Longer."
Never.
Nope.
Never.
Ever.
It's just a banger. And it's a throwback too. Yeah. Instantaneous mood booster. It's a mooster.
Anything happens, you could be like, you know what, I'm standing and I'm so tired. You hear that bang. Next thing you know,
that happens so many times too.
Yep.
Every time.
That's what I'm talking about.
Last pick.
All right. Well, absolute steal. I didn't think it'd be on the board still, but you have to go with Levels. We aren't going pregame song without leaving that. You can't leave that off the board.
It's an all-time song.
All right, remix it, but you're ready for Friday when Levels pops on.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
Yeah. There's so many songs and shit that
it's I could have gone either way with that. We should do next time we should do a draft, we should do a Darty draft, because that is a completely different list.
Stuff in there,
100, it's so different. Mm-hmm. I'm pulling out country, I'm pulling out everything.
Better not Louis the Child, number 1 on my fucking list. No questions.
Yeah. Dude, Louis the Child, man. Quinn, or even throw some Quinn in there. Just you're vibing with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea Cutler is my number 1 on Apple Music last year.
Olivia Rodrigo, right?
Oh my gosh. Time out.
The biggest Olivia Rodrigo fucking fan in the world, Max Cooper.
I take it back. I have to take it back. Wasn't my number 1. Number 1 was okay. Katy Perry. It's a great song, but shout out Olivia Rodrigo, the greatest song of all time. Good for you, Olivia Rodrigo. It's not even a question, and it will always be that song. I'm sorry, the Beatles. I'm sorry, all the old school. Elvis. She has taken the cake for the best song in the history of mankind. I will never not. I could be. Oh, dude, I could be in the worst mood ever. That song instantly changes it. I'm ready to go out. Oh, I'm pumped up talking about it. It's just a great song, man. Let's go.
Riley Moss, rapid fire. You're on the clock. Favorite bar in Iowa City?
I'm going probably Airliner.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that out of you.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. Respect. Best dressed on the team.
Probably Deontay Vines, probably.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
receiver room. Yeah, that's the one thing I'll give to you guys.
Little bro, baby.
Yeah.
There we go. Favorite place in the Big Ten to play?
Probably Nebraska or Minnesota.
Yep. Minnesota. I didn't think about that one. Who is the hardest receiver that you've had to cover since you played at Iowa? Not on Iowa.
Good. I would say Rondale Moore, Purdue, 2018. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah, legit.
What's your favorite hobby outside of football?
I really like fishing, and I like gaming with the boys, playing some cards.
Damn straight, baby. Come on. Let's get. Oh, dude, MW2 comes out soon. Let's go. If you were playing football, what would your dream job be?
I would like to own different properties, real estate, and then golf every day and be a stay-at-home dad.
Yes, dude. I love it.
That's what I'm talking about. Favorite food place in Iowa City?
Favorite food place? God, that's freaking hard, dude. That's really fucking hard. I really like. I might say Airliner again. They got fire food, dude. I like their.
This is an Airliner podcast now, Riley.
I don't
get him an NIL deal.
You said rapid fire. I'm just telling you.
That's right. Don't think, just go.
Okay, I will say they do have one of the best ranches I've ever had.
What, Airliner?
For the ranch. Yes.
Yeah, dude. Shit's gas.
Freaking. What's that video? Excuse me. I'm trying to get to the ranch. And then last question. Pretty obvious question, but let's see if you can get it right. Who's the best college football coach leading Iowa to the Big Ten title again?
I'd say PJ Fleck.
Oh.
Shut up, bro. Come on. You know the vibes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Kirk Ferentz, baby. Throw your futures on Iowa to win the Big Ten West.
Come on. Put your mortgage on us.
Bingo.
I love it. Well, this has been Riley Moss. Riley, it was a blast. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks for having me, boys. It was a hell of a time.